Alright, YouTube, give me something.
Don't with us.
Give me something. Oh yeah, Tube. Oh yeah, YouTube. Alright, here we go. Episode 18, second in the new year. Let's go! And we're live!
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome back. For how long now? Like a month and a half or something?
The last one I did was, last week, I think? Sometime, wait, no, so I had a thing due on Tuesday. Last thing I did, yeah, last week, I'm pretty sure. Last podcast I did was, last week. I was hoping to talk to, Noel proposed, he wanted to do a podcast about some, what is her name? Sienna, what's her name? I don't even know, I'm a boomer zoomer. Sienna May. And he's been looking to dissect that whole situation. I have no idea who this is, but yeah, Noel proposed to do a podcast.
Voice.
Huh?
Your voice just cut off for me. Like you just went mute. I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me.
Perhaps. But Noel proposed to do a podcast talking about TikTok stuff and the Sienna May incident. I don't know. I've seen videos.
Lucian or Noel?
Noel Hezekiah.
Interesting.
Eman. Yeah.
That's the last person I'll ever expect to be on your podcast.
Oh, dude, he knows stuff. He wants to say a lot of stuff too. He's eager about talking about stuff. He said,
definitely.
But he's restricted by his bedtime of 12 a.m. He tells me. So
12 a.m. You call that bedtime, man?
Yeah, he just goes to bed around that time because you know school and whatever. But
I guess so.
You know, if he didn't have that, we'd have that conversation already or something. But who knows? Yeah. What's going on?
Nothing much, honestly. The semester just started.
Yes, it did.
Last week. I mean, it's pretty laid back for me right now. So happy I'm not, in the engineering major, but
yeah, you were talking about is there you have a quite an aversion to math?
Oh, shrub! Oh my goodness!
Yes, I do.
No, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Oh my
Why?
Gosh. Oh my gosh!
No explanation. No need for explanation. I mean, terrible. I'm just bad at it.
Is it confusing?
It's just confusing. I can't. I guess I can't comprehend like the formulas and everything.
Are you one of those students that needs proof as to why something the way it is the way it is?
Yeah.
Because
I give up easily. I don't know.
I
just
noticed,
because I don't have motivation, I guess. Yeah.
I noticed a dramatic change in your gain. Maybe that's just me.
No. I fixed it already.
Okay. You sound fine now. All right.
Yeah.
But crack. But yeah. Often my professors and sometimes my teachers from way back in high school, they would say, "Oh, I'm gonna show you this without proof." Are you bothered by that?
Yes, definitely. I'm the kind of person who likes to know stuff and also likes to have a good explanation of where like things come from. Like, why is this kind of thing happening, and like why do we need to do it and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be like very detailed, at least for me, in order for me to like comprehend with it. If you just like give it out to me and like ask me to do it without any explanation, yeah, there's no way for me to actually even learn nor even like try to even do it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
I'm just math isn't for me.
Okay, that's academics. You switched to
business administration.
Yeah, business administration. What does that entail exactly?
Just business in general, to be honest.
What kind of stuff?
Not really specific. Oh my god. It's not like accounting or financing or anything like that. It's business in general for right now, to be honest.
Are you in a business ethics class?
No.
Do you know if you have to take one?
I definitely do.
A business ethics class.
Wow.
Because the last podcast
The worst possible.
that I did, we were talking about.
You literally gained.
It was myself, Noel, and Hannah, and we were talking about Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft's recent acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and then Hannah brings up out of nowhere, oh yeah, I did a paper, I did a little report on that for business ethics, and then I was like, oh, interesting, really? Why Activision Blizzard? And then she said she didn't remember much about it, but but that Activision Blizzard is a scummy company.
Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere that do you know who the CEO of Activision Blizzard is?
No, I unfortunately do not.
It's all right. Maybe it's better that his identity remains unknown.
But I've heard about like I don't know. It was like either Blizzard or some other company about like I don't know if it's like sexual harassment or like nudes or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's the Activision Blizzard is the prime suspect of what I assume is the prime suspects of the allegations that you've heard. And basically the CEO, Bobby Kotick, has known for years that this harassment has been going on in his company. Do you know what the Cosby Room is?
No, I don't.
All right, let me show you that real quick. The Cosby Room is this was way back. I talked about it in the last episode, but basically, it's a bunch of Activision Blizzard developers gathering in a room. Oh yeah, let me open this image in a new tab. It's basically a bunch of developers gathered in a room, and I don't know the story. I haven't looked into many articles yet, but this is an image of a bunch of developers gathering in a room with an image of Bill Cosby in the background, who apparently was infamous for his relations with young girls or something. And then basically, I think these guys would do the same thing. They would lure young women into the hotel room and do stuff. I don't know the exact story, but that's what I heard. If anybody knows, feel free to enlighten me on that. This is a very touchy and sensitive topic. But yeah, stuff like this happens in Activision Blizzard. Bobby Kotick knows. I guess he just lets it happen. And even, I think I also read in some other article that he is going to stay as CEO of Activision Blizzard, despite all of this. I think he mentioned it if there's a need for a smooth transition of power when it comes to the recent Microsoft acquisition. If there's a transition of power, I'll stay a CEO if needed. And here I'm thinking, I hope that there are a bunch of people outraged that he's remaining as the CEO of Activision Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. So, and here I'm wondering, well, if that's the case, if he's going to stay as Activision Blizzard, I hope that his wits outweigh his complacency for a toxic work environment, because maybe I gotta look into it more, but it seems like Bobby Kotick's a pretty bad person to run a company of that magnitude. But that's all I know. I could be wrong. Maybe he's a good person. Who knows? But from what I've seen so far, he's characterized as a monster, and I believe it. So until further notice, I'm against that. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I don't exactly remember, but like I remember like hearing about like how the gaming industry, like basically for like the developers and basically like creating the games, and I heard like the environment is not really that great, like working environment especially. But I kind of forgot what the examples they gave about, but it's similar to what you were talking about.
Yeah, there's a what kind of do you remember? I mean, in terms of examples, you're talking about companies or kind of business practices
in general. Not companies in general.
Do you know the type of
But
toxic business practices that they would do?
mm, think like well the all that I remember is basically they they work like overtime, but they don't get like paid extra and all that kind of stuff. And what else did they have? I don't know. It's been a while. It's been like what 3 years since I last heard about this, so it's like long gone in my head. But yeah, I'll have to search this up honestly.
Yeah, I know I've heard about CD Projekt Red and everything surrounding Cyberpunk 2077.
Mhm.
I've heard that the developers were promised not to crunch. Do you know what crunch is in
Yeah,
game
the
development?
crunch. Yeah, to crunch like basically to crunch in a certain period amount of time to finish the game, so they didn't want to rush the game
Yeah,
development.
exactly. And I think they were promised by the management at CD Projekt Red that they wouldn't have to do that. Um, and you know, it happened, I guess. Yeah, so I remember CD Projekt Red management promised that they wouldn't. There was no need for crunch, even though I think some developers reported having to work overtime, work longer hours for the
Yeah,
release of
exactly.
Cyberpunk.
Mm.
And what else was there? It was just a poor reception at launch. Just because of the many bugs, it was hyped for years, and it was just an unfinished game. That was the number one complaint. It was an unfinished game at launch.
Till this day, it still has bugs.
I'm sure it does. I would not want to be a base PS4 player. I mean, grateful to have a PS5, but you know, I upgraded from a base PS4 to a base PS5, and I would it would just not be worth the money to play Cyberpunk at that level. Even maybe if it was free, maybe if Cyberpunk was free, sure. But I've seen clips. I don't know how it is now, but I'm still kind of locked in the mindset that it's super buggy. You know, it's slow and graphics are bad, mechanics are glitchy and whatnot. And even if I got it for free, I'd kind of just put it to the side because I think it was borderline unplayable for the base PS4. Not even a
Yeah,
game. It was just something to look at for most of the time.
guess I haven't played it myself yet, so I have no comment on that.
Yeah. There was word of a PS5 version, but I mean the PS4 on the PS4 version on PS5 doesn't look terrible. But
Oh yeah, speaking of PS5, what games do you have on the PS5? Like any
um
PS5 exclusive games that you have?
PS5 exclusive. I don't think I have a PS5 game completely exclusive to the PS5, but what I have for the PS5, I have let me look through my purchase history actually. I have a spreadsheet of most of the games that I've bought for the past few months or so. But I don't think I have any PS5 exclusive. Oh, you know what? No, I do have a PS5 exclusive. But I've played, past tense, I've played Astro's Playroom. That's about the only PS5 exclusive game that I've played and finished. But PS5 games that are available on the PS5 include Rainbow Six Siege, Borderlands 3, Godfall, Genshin Impact. Those are the ones I've completed. The ones that I own that are available for the PS5, they are. I have Watch Dogs Legion for the PS5. I finished the PS4 version last year, in the last quarter of the year. I also have what is it? I'm trying to look through my purchase history. Oh, I have Dirt 5. I got that for PS Plus from PS Plus. I got Dirt 5. And I think Knockout City is a game for the PS5. Been kind of looking to maybe play that, trophy hunt that, but I heard Knockout City's trophies are extremely buggy, and and at some points borderline impossible to complete. So Knockout City I'm wary about. I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla for the PS5, and Immortals Phoenix Rising for the PS5. I bought those 2 games together as part of a bundle. And I think that's it. Oh, I also have Subnautica for the PS5. It's downloaded on my PS5, but I'm waiting to double up on that because I'm not a big stacker of trophies. I'm not a big trophy stacker, but those are my PS5 games right now.
Not bad, not bad.
But
I only have one, so
it's PS5 exclusive. Is it is Demon Souls?
yep. Demon Souls PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, Demon Souls. Yeah.
Returnal, and then you got what else is there?
Do you have Returnal?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Do you have the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, that's a PS5 title. We could talk about the future of gaming in terms of PS5s. This next month, we're getting Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West. More excited, definitely, for Horizon Forbidden West. Because it was I played it in June of 2020. I also mentioned this in the last podcast, too, but...
Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, I played Horizon Zero Dawn in June of 2020. After our junior year of remote learning was over, I was like, it's time for me to let go. I'm trophy hunting the whole summer.
Wait, so this new Horizon game, it's a VR game too, right?
I think there is a VR... There's a VR thing. There is a VR Horizon thing. I just don't... It's not,
Call of the Mountains. What it's called.
Horizon Call of the Mountain. I haven't looked into that, but honestly, I'm pretty oblivious to VR.
I wonder if it's a DLC to an extension of the Forbidden West, or it's a separate game.
Let me look at that. I'm gonna look at this real quick. And created for PlayStation's next gen VR is an upcoming. I think it's a separate game, but nothing. I don't think it's to the scope of. Yeah. Excuse me, Horizon Forbidden West and Zero Dawn. But that, different from Forbidden West. Forbidden West is the absolute major title that's coming next in the series, which I'm pretty excited about. But you know me, I have to wait until the game is cheaper. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna likely release at $70. I'll wait until it's maybe $34.99.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for a while.
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit. But, I mean, I got a huge backlog. I have a huge backlog of games that I've bought for a fair discount. That will take me easily through this entire year to finish. Easily.
Hey, you still got Red Dead Redemption from me, right?
I don't have it, but I know it's an option.
I know you don't have it, but yeah. How many trophies are you in right now? Like 80 something?
86.
86.
As of this podcast.
Yeah, make it your 100th. There you go.
I'll make.
I was gonna take a while though.
I've heard requests to make my 100th Minecraft from Joel. Joel wanted me to make Minecraft as my 100th, which is strange because I've never owned Minecraft. As in owned, I've played demos for PlayStation, but I've never owned Minecraft for PlayStation.
Interesting.
Which is strange. I've had my PS4 for what is it? Going on 6.5 years now.
Oh way.
My PS4.
Wait, I thought.
My PS4 I've had for going about 6.5 years now.
I thought you had it since the release date.
Nah. I wish. I wanted to play Infamous Second Son when it came out. That's when I knew I wanted a PS4. Infamous Second Son, a sequel to one of my favorite video games series ever. Infamous 2 was my first PS3 game, by the way. So that's why I kind of wanted Infamous Second Son. Because Infamous 2 was my first PS3 game. So yeah, I wanted a PS4 at the time Infamous Second Son came out because it was exclusive to the PS4, and it released in March of 2014. It took about 15 months since then that I actually got a PS4. I still have it, and I will have it forever.
Can't you believe that the PS4 is already like 8 years old?
Yeah, the PS4 the PS4 is 8 years old in November of 2021.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
And it can run stuff from the base PS4 at least. It can run stuff from knack to something. Knack kind of had a little bit less advanced hardware at the time because it was a launch title. I don't think developers unlocked the true potential of the PS5 or PS4 yet. But you go from knack and stuff like Assassin's Creed 4, which looked for the PS4. On the base PS4, and now the base PS4 can run stuff like I want to say Watch Dogs Legion,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima also ran on the base PS4, so that's that whole generation. There's been a lot of improvement.
Crazy
in games.
Funny thing is, I didn't play a lot of games on my PS4, to be honest.
What
games did I play?
You had a few Need for Speed games, yeah.
Yeah, I played. No, I only had one Need for Speed game. I didn't buy any other Need for Speed games. I had Payback, and that was it.
Oh, I thought you had Rivals.
No, that was the PS3.
Oh shoot.
Or Xbox 360. My bad. Also, like a while back in like 2013 when it came out. What else did I play? So I played GTA 5. I played Red Dead. I didn't even play The Witcher. I played like only like 50 minutes of it. Most of the gameplay was on my PC. What else did I have? Man, been a while. So I kind of forgot what games I had. Like, I had FIFA 16. What else did I have? I think I had what is it? Final Fantasy? I don't know which one it was though. I had. Man, I have to look back on these, dude. It's been a while since I played PS4 games, man. I don't remember on top of my head. When was the last time I even touched my PS4?
I don't know. You have
been a while.
You have a PS5
it's been like
now.
2 years. Yeah,
so
I don't even touch that thing either, to be honest.
But yeah.
It's all of it's on PC right here, dude.
Yeah.
I have it right in front of my face.
I completely understand some people's recent transition to PC because I like to tell them, if you're playing video games for the sake of playing video games, switch to PC. Someone like me who's a diehard PlayStation fan, a trophy hunter. I've been a trophy hunter for 5.5 years now. I will stay faithful to PlayStation as long as I can remember. Maybe I don't know what happens with this recent Microsoft acquisition, or this Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft. But for the near future, I am still a huge, lifelong PlayStation fan, and I understand some people's recent transition to PC because this can do so much.
Definitely. What games did I have? Dude, I honestly forgot what games I have, to be honest. I know that I had Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 3. I had... What else? I think that's all I had, to be honest. I didn't have that many games because, they were pretty expensive, to be honest, honestly.
Yeah.
They rarely went on discount. Maybe like cheapest like $30. Especially when I was like game hunting, like trying to find games. But if you were to ask me what my favorite game was, definitely Red Dead Redemption 2. I love the gameplay of it and the story and the graphics too. Honestly, the gameplay is really good. I like how the story is like, I guess not like, it's not like one of those games where it's like you do missions and it has no correlation with each other. With Red Dead Redemption, there's actually like correlation within the story. Like there's always a reasoning behind the missions. It's not like doing like simple stuff. Gather this around, like gather a bunch of like wood or something, and then you're done with the mission or something like that. It's like a little bit more in depth, I guess, to it. But overall, I could easily recommend Red Dead Redemption 2 to anyone who likes story games, I guess. But you're gonna be playing that for a while because it took me like, I would say like maybe like 3 months to finish, but I wasn't like rushing it. You know what I'm saying? Like playing it like long hours, like 8 hours a day. I was like mostly like spending my time, probably like only like 2 hours a day, maybe not even on the game. So, but to be honest, I really like the game. It's overall well made. Better, in my opinion. I enjoyed that more than GTA. To be honest, I don't know. That's just me personally, but yeah.
Do you know how many in-game hours, if you could estimate, how many in-game hours it took for you to finish just the story of Red Dead 2?
130 hours, I would say.
It's a lot of hours.
Yeah, yeah, 130 or 120 hours, I would say. I spent a lot of time playing that game, so yeah. But I just, if you told me to to remember a mission, I kind of forgot already, because I also finished that game a while back before I even had this PC. So, but yeah, but the game overall is pretty good. I don't want to spoil it too, because you're gonna play it in the future anyways. So I actually do remember a couple missions, but I'm not gonna say. But yeah, easily can recommend that game for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Have you ever played any Nintendo Switch games?
Nintendo Switch games?
Like any, like even from a friend?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I've only ever played, in the rare instance that I do play Switch games, I've only gotten to play them from someone else's Switch, because I don't own a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, you don't.
But I've played from you. I remember back in the junior year. Yeah, Smash Ultimate specifically.
I borrowed it from Bryson.
Yeah,
He loaned it to me, so.
yeah, we did that in study hall for a little bit. Then you let me just kind of do a little hands-on with, was it Pokemon Shield?
Yeah, Pokemon Shield. Yeah,
Pokemon Shield.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd let you play Breath of the Wild. I don't think I had that at the time. Like I borrowed Breath of the Wild at one point to finish the game, and yeah, I did finish it. It took me, I think, if I remember right, 60 hours to complete Breath of the Wild, which is kind of a lot, honestly, for a Switch game. But yeah, I enjoyed it too. I'm actually quite impressed how they compacted like basically the content of the game into a Switch. Honestly, for like the amount of content that it has for a Switch game is insane. I mean, you've seen gameplays of it, right? So, and we looked over it too in our our first podcast that we did.
Something like that, comparing it to Genshin Impact.
Yeah, Genshin Impact. Yeah, there's a lot of content for a Switch game, but yeah, overall it's pretty good. The graphics are pretty nice for a Switch game. Runs pretty hot when you're playing it. Not gonna lie, but yeah, overall it's a really great game too. But what else did you play? I think yeah, you only played Smash from me and Bryson, and then Sword. I think that was the only game I had. I also had Octopath at the time, but I don't think I showed it to you. I don't know if I remembered. Did I show that to you? Octopath?
I don't think so. Because I've heard of that game. I have no idea what the game looks like. I don't know if I've seen any gameplay. I have no idea what the game looks like.
Did I show you this? Oh wait, the stream. I don't know if you guys can see this.
I see.
I got the Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah, Legends
like
Arceus.
a day early, dude. Benefits of hack Switch right here, dude.
International release is today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Yeah. I've seen a bunch of people.
I could have played it early. Like I didn't even touch the game. I could have been ahead of everyone else by now. Like I probably could have completed the game by now, because I got it like 2 weeks early before the release date. Not even, actually, no. Less than that. I think it was more like a week, actually. Like a week and a half. But I didn't play it. I'm like only like 6 minutes into the game, so I haven't touched it. I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to explore it. So we'll see how the game is. But right now, what? Okay, yeah, I just finished Pokemon Diamond. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's pretty much exactly like the old game, to be honest. I was planning to complete like the Pokédex, well, which I did, right? I completed like the 150 Pokemon from the Sinnoh region, which I already completed, but there's also on top of that the national dex, which is just way too much for me. It's like I think 430 Pokemons that you have to discover, but I just decided to like give up on that. So I started playing Octopath Traveler, and so far I really like it. I'm 16 hours into the game, so yeah. But I did play it before Pokemon Diamond, so I spent around like already like 14 hours into the game already. So, but the game I actually really like it. I don't know if you guys really like JRPGs, but it's pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty. Yeah, you have to use a lot of strategies in order to play the game. Definitely, you have to. It does force you to think a lot, to be honest. But overall, I would recommend it to people who like those kind of games, like JRPGs. Yeah,
Okay. All right, just a quick
pretty
time
interesting.
check. We're doing 31 minutes. You want to keep going?
Honestly, I do feel a little tired. Not gonna lie.
We could do 30 more.
Yeah, 30 more.
More.
Yeah, let's do it.
Is Octopath a turn-based RPG?
Yeah, turn-based RPG. Yep. The amount of characters that you can have in your team is like 4.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah, it's turn-based. Also, just tells you whose turn it is with the images on top. Like they show you like what turns you have, so you can plan ahead of time. You know, on what moves to use, and like if you can like basically you have an option to defend like your characters and all that kind of stuff. So, and you can also predict like when the enemies are attacking you, so you can like heal up or or attack. This depending on you, but yeah, overall it's pretty good. I don't know if I can show it to you, but no, I definitely can't. This camera is not gonna pick it up anyways.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know what to play next. I was thinking of playing maybe. Well, I know that people told me not to play Persona 5 Strikers just because I haven't played the Persona 5 just in general yet. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold back on that. But yeah, I don't know. There's I can't really think of any like Switch games that I really want to play, you know what I mean? That I have to play, because I don't really know much about like Switch exclusive games. But I don't want to play Mario too, honestly, to be honest. I've never been interested like a huge Mario fan, to be honest. Besides maybe like Mario Kart, but other else than that, Mario Odyssey, it's okay. Not like best game for me. But I mean, everyone's opinion's different, so yeah.
Any specific complaints about Mario Odyssey that you have?
Specific complaints? Not really. I don't know. I'm just like not intrigued with like the story of it. I guess it's like a little bit too repetitive because all you're doing is just basically collecting those stars, right? So you can travel on to the next like um place. Basically, I don't know. It's really it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the same thing all over again. Like um fighting with bosses and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I mean, it's like nothing new, you know what I mean? It's like just like any other game, to be honest. I mean, like the mechanics, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just taking a break from those kind of games, I guess, especially shooter games. I need to take a break from shooter games,
Mhm.
especially Valorant, CS, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe even Borderlands too, honestly, like Borderlands. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start playing what is it, The Witcher 3 again. I'm gonna try to get back into it because I'm almost done with the game too. I'm on the last part where I'm trying to find Siri, so I'm almost there. I'm just gathering up who is it, like people to find Siri, I guess. Basically asking for help. Yeah, I'm almost there, but we'll see. I think I'm like what, level 23 or something like that, and the max level is what, 32. So I'm pretty close, I guess. We're there. We're almost there. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen gameplay of The Witcher 3 or not, but it's not bad.
Just
Definitely
a little bit.
just a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen you play it. I've seen graphics comparisons on YouTube because benchmark and whatever. But yeah, no, not much, not much.
Yeah, I tried to download what is it, graphics mod. Yeah, it took forever though. It took like 9 hours to do it because I had to download it from like this specific websites, and it was like they capped your what is it, your speed limit to like what, 1 kilobyte per second or something like that, and you had to like pay for like a premium account, which I didn't want to do, just for like downloading graphics mod, which is not worth it. They were asking for like, I think $15 a month or something like that. Yeah, it was absurd. Definitely not worth it, to be honest. But nah, I gave up on it. So
Hmm.
I'm almost done with the game anyways.
We could talk about shooters a little bit. You mentioned taking a break from shooter games.
Yes,
And then
sir.
in my questions here, I mean, just being generic, just to put it down, like ideas and
Mhm.
stuff. Is there in the current state of Valorant, what kind of turns you off from the game?
Uh, Valorant.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like the system, the banding system, or basically like the cooldowns that it has, especially for like, even if you're just not even playing comp and playing like unrated or even Spike Rush or something like that, even like dodging like once or twice, it gives you a penalty usually, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe like a 9 minute cooldown or something like that. Maybe even a week ban if you if you've done it too many times. But I just don't like that kind of like system where it's like, it's not like CS:GO where it's like you can like cancel it or leave the game anytime you want, right? Valorant, once you load into the match, you have to stick with it, unless if you for whatever reason want a cooldown or something like that. But like most of the time, like people are in the middle of a match or they need to go and do something. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, what can they do? You know what I mean? They have to go, but like I don't know. It's just kind of absurd to me that they still have that kind of system. I don't know. I don't know what your opinions on that are, but maybe you have something to say.
I think at its core, those penalties, because it's so frequent, I honestly think those penalties are justified, because since it's so frequent, there has to be some incentive to detract players from leaving in the middle of a game, regardless of occasion or not. I mean, even if it's in an emergency, I still think that a 1 day cooldown, I generally in an emergency, any amount of time is pretty much negligible in an emergency, even in a cooldown. But I'm just talking about when an event like that happens. But
I mean, yeah.
I think for the most part, though, those cooldowns are justified. What else was I gonna ask? What are your thoughts on solo queuing in Valor?
Honestly, I kind of disagree with you too,
Oh yeah,
because
no,
like
yeah, we can.
it also depends, because like I have this one friend who has he really has a crappy PC, so it's like whenever he loads into a specific kind of like maps or whatever, his PC would just freeze up in the loading, like picking up the agents or whatever. Like his screen would immediately freeze, and he would try to restart the game again, and it takes like what, a whole minute to restart for him, just to like load into the game and back into the game. And then what do you know, he gets back into the game, we try to queue up again, and he says that he got a weak ban. I mean, like, come on, man. It's not like some people like can't even do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I kind of feel like there's also a downside to it, because like, what can they do? You know, like they can't do anything. They can't do much. They want to play, but they can't, because they're so limited on their, like, you know, I guess resources. I guess so. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Now
That's
I
just my
understand where you're coming from. Now I
Yeah.
kind of want to, because, yeah. Now I'm starting to thinking about the structure of the structure of the penalty system.
Mhm.
I
But I also like the way they it's not like CS, where it's like, you know, 5v4 or something like that. It's always balanced, you know, unless if you have like a person who leaves the game, obviously. But like that's honestly, that's pretty rare in Valorant, that anyone leaves. Even if someone leaves, they ask to like forfeit or something, or surrender before they even like, you know, go anywhere. But other than that, what are you gonna say?
no, it was it just have me thinking about the penalty system and how unrated works, that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think CS has a quick match feature, right? Where it can do the first to 9 rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, yeah. For competitive,
Yeah,
yeah. There's a
just for
quick
competitive
version.
though. That's a
Just
little.
for competitive, yeah.
I mean, CS has a deathmatch playlist, a
Hmm.
team deathmatch playlist. Uh, Valorant's casual game modes are, well, casual, so to speak. Spike Rush and
Rated.
unrated, but unrated games are so long. If you
Yeah, they
plan to
are
draw it out all the way to 13 rounds, you're looking at least in
an
a
hour.
in a good game, as in the average, I would say you're looking at least 20 minutes, or an average of 20 minutes
Like
at a minimum.
per half, or like
Um, I want to say just regular. You know what? No, 20 minutes is 30 minutes.
20, yeah.
I'd wager
30 minutes, yeah.
30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes would be the average game in Valorant, 30 to 40 minutes, which is
Yeah.
why, you know, people get... Time passes so quickly when I play that game. Seriously,
Yeah.
man. One unrated game, I'm, yeah, looking to 30, 40 minutes. It's just... It's so long. I think Valorant needs a... yeah,
Like,
because
yeah.
even unrated games are a little bit of a high stakes game, because you have the luxury of time, or I don't want to say luxury. It's just
Exactly.
you have time on your side, and you
Yeah.
know whether how people perform in that game is dependent on how long the game extends to, and you know,
Mhm.
but yeah, those games are so long. I think Valorant, maybe the rounds of Spike Rush, but with the
Mhm.
mechanics of unrated. That's my proposal for a casual playlist. Siege does it. Siege has 10-minute quick matches. I enjoy
Yeah,
those
quick
quite a
matches,
bit,
yeah.
but I
Exactly.
absolutely despise casual rank in that game, which is why I'm also turned off by that game too. Because I'm a plat 3 apparently, according to the
Mhm.
casual rank, and I'm just paired up with these world class players in games sometimes. And I'm not a world class player, dude. I only have 700 hours total in that game. So to have a casual rank where the intent is just to relax and just kind of shoot people, it's just kind of throws relaxation out the window, unless people are content with dying all the time. Maybe I should be, but the fact that there's a casual rank in Rainbow Six Siege kind of annoys me a little bit. But back to
Yeah.
Valorant, first to 5 would be nice with the rules of unrated, without the penalty and whatever. Because I think Valorant, there would be a much better time with Valorant. Because I know people don't want to play Spike Rush because with my understanding of Spike Rush, the mechanics are pretty unrealistic. They're not.
Yeah,
They're not
they
that
choose
consistent.
the guns for you.
Yeah, they choose the gun. There are orbs on the ground for you to pick up and do whatever. Everybody has a
then,
spike,
yeah.
so you don't really assign roles to the member
Exactly.
on who
Yeah.
gets spike. And it's not a reflection of any competitive playlist, really.
Yeah.
But you could also argue that for Siege, but Siege's deviation from ranked gameplay is nowhere near the deviation from Valorant. Siege, you get the recruit operator. They pick the sites for
the
you.
mechanics are still the same.
Yeah, at its core,
except for,
you get to pick your guns in quick match. There aren't that many deviations. No bans, but whatever. Yeah, so Valorant needs a casual playlist, but maybe someone who's more skilled and more in touch with the Valorant community or game or culture might have a proposition that's more sensible than mine, because I'm a casual player when it comes to Valorant. I don't really have anything to lose when I play that game except for time. That's the emphasis I'm talking about here. Valorant needs a short, casual playlist. 5 rounds maybe. Spike Rush rounds are fine. Keep it short. But also keep the mechanics intact. Keep the mechanics at its core to an unrated or competitive. I think maybe an unrated could still probably stay in the game. Siege does that. They have an unranked, operates exactly like ranked, just without MMR. And those games are 20-30 minutes. They know what they're getting into. But with Valorant, it's either a long unrated game or a completely a deathmatch or a completely different 5v5 setup.
Exactly.
It's free for all, a long unrated game, or a completely different 5v5 setup. So the casual playlist needs some rework for sure.
Yeah,
right
exactly. Because honestly, I think that people would rather just play comp than unrated, unless if you can't play on ranked. Or because of the level requirement that they have. I think it's like level 20 now instead of reaching, or what was the requirement before? Do you remember what the requirement was before?
For which one?
Oh, it was 10 wins to play comp or something like that. You needed to get like 10 unrated wins in order to play comp before this update came. And then with the new update now, I think it's like level 20 in order to play competitive matchmaking. But they said that, what was it? It's like, I think a month. I think it's a month in order to get into level 20 or something like that. I'm not sure if that calculation's right, but maybe it's right. I don't know. But from me, when the update came out, I was already I was level 12, and I got to level 20 within probably a day, only spending probably 2 hours on the game, and that's it. I mean, it didn't take very long for me to level up. I don't know, maybe they calculated wrong, or maybe it's just I guess I'm already 10 levels ahead, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't that hard to level up for me. But yeah, Valor needs definitely a lot of rework. I also have a problem with that game too, because I feel like some operators or agents are OP, especially Neon right now. Really, she runs faster than everybody else. And her what is it? Her ult is almost unlimited range, to be honest, because her ult can far range too, with the same amount of damage, with this
There's no range drop off with her ult?
Oh
shoot.
I've never seen that. At least I haven't experienced it myself. Yeah, there's no range or limit for her ult. It's kind of crazy. And I think only say like 2 seconds before you get killed or something like that. It's not a lot of time to run away. Even if she like, you know, dashes or something like that and misses her shots, like it's pretty easy to get killed by her unless the person's really unexperienced, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's just my opinion, I guess. I just like CS because like everyone has the same like playing ground and all that kind of stuff. It's like not based on like abilities. It's based more on like your aim and all that kind of stuff, you know. But I do appreciate like the abilities because you also have to think of like strategies to like get on site more with the ability rather than like CS, which is like more of what was it? Team communication. I'm not saying that you don't need team communication with Valorant, but it's still like doable without team communication, at least with Valorant, just because you have your abilities, right? So I don't know. That's just my opinion, I guess. I don't know.
What is your solo queue experience in Valorant?
Oh, it's so bad. Honestly, it's really bad. I
'Cause,
hate solo queuing in
Because
that
personally,
game.
myself, I especially in that game, I try. I don't think I've. Maybe I
You just try to
have,
stay away, right?
but if I
From
can't
solo queue.
even remember the last time I solo queued, specifically a comp, if I can't even remember the last time I solo queued a comp, then that means it's not worth it. But
Yeah, it's not worth it, to be honest.
but
Solo
what's your
queuing and
experience?
that. Oh, very bad. It's really bad. Like I solo queued to the point where I almost like halfway through the match, like I just throw just because I want it to like end. Like that's how bad it is. I just don't think solo queuing is ever a recommendation for people who are actually trying to level up and get a ranked because there's also some trolls too who actually just want to ruin your day, to be honest, because I had this one game where like the jet was baiting me so hard, right?
Hmm.
Like I would like get on site, like watching site with me, right? And like this jet would just she would follow me, right? And she would just like literally stand right there, watch me die, and then literally just go for the kill after I die. So basically, she's like, what is it? What do you call it? I don't know, like trading off or whatever you call it. I don't know. But yeah, she's literally using me as bait, which is kind of annoying. And also like, also notice that it's pretty like common. I just don't think that people actually like think about it too much. I guess just because. But yeah, that's the one thing I just don't like about solo queuing. It's a lot of baiting, to be honest. And yeah, that's it. And I don't know. I swear the skill gaps are so bad on that game. Like I'm playing on that game and it's like almost like I'm playing with like people who have never played the game before. That's how bad it is, honestly. And like I feel like I'm always the one who's like top fragging, not gonna lie, especially if it's unrated. I'm always the one who's like at least on top. But comp is different, I guess. It really depends, because honestly, with comp, I also experienced like at least there's like one kid on the other team or on our team who's at least a Smurf. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I also don't like that too, because yeah, Smurfs. Yeah, we don't like them, but you know. What do you know? You can't do anything, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess they made it a little bit better about the level requirements to being level 20 to reduce the amount of Smurfs on low elos, but other than that, yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm done talking about that game, honestly. It kind of ticks me off a little.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've thought about this comparison between this game and CS quite a few times in the past week. Valorant, it prides itself on teamwork, because I only figured about this pretty recently, and not in the whole time Valorant was out, because I didn't analyze that dynamic yet. But CS, I think solo queuing in CS is just a little bit more advantageous than solo queuing in Valorant. Because I didn't think
Honestly,
about this until now.
in my opinion, if you solo queue on CS, I feel like it's a lot better because they don't really have like ranking system, I guess, especially if it's unrated, right? Because most of the players are veterans, you know, they know how to play the game. There's not as many Smurfs, I would say, on that game, but there still is. But it's not like Valorant where you can get like a rank. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, say you just start a new account, right? And you can play competitive now, and now you're like what, trying to level up, right? Or trying to get ranked. It's like from nothing you can get into like plat 3 if you're good enough, right? Whereas in like CS, no matter how good you are, you'll start at the lowest rank no matter how good you are. So that's just the difference in like in CS. But I also think that's also a downside too, because like I kind of feel bad, especially if you're on low elo and it's Smurf. I mean, you're gonna get destroyed by the person who's like smurfing because they have way more experience than you do. I don't know. So that's just my opinion, but there's rarely any smurfers anyways on CS. Rarely. I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about smurfing as much as Valorant, for sure, right? Would you agree? Compared to Valorant?
I think people in CS are just a little bit more complacent about it. I don't know. I don't really. I wish I could tell you stuff about CS, but I've been just kind of turned away from it because of the Prime paywall, and I'm just afraid to play that game because of that. But
Prime.
but the smurfing situation, I think. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit more. I don't know actually. I don't know how to compare the two smurfing situations, but starting from the bottom, you know, put everybody in the same playing field, sure. Although I don't know which one is better. I can't say which one is better between CS and Valorant, the ranking system. Valorant, you know, they're predetermined rank in the new season, and you get placed based on how you perform. Valorant. But I actually didn't know that CS, everybody would start off at the bottom rank, and then they would move up.
Yeah, work your way up. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know which one is better, though, considering skill and whatever. I can't can't completely tell which one is better. But yeah, I still agree. I still think that solo queuing in CS is easier. I was gonna get to the point where Valorant prides itself on teamwork, and I only realized this because I was thinking about utility in Valorant, and I was thinking, not everybody has a molly, a smoke, and a flash. CS, you can buy it. You can buy a molly, smoke, and flash, but in Valorant, you have to be dependent on your teammates. You have to be dependent on your teammates to get those things. And that's why that's why I discourage solo queuing so much, because from what I see on people's streams, you know, the average Valorant player, the average Valorant player that solo queues, I see a lot of what I like to call alphas. And you know, alphas, you know, you got terms like Instalock, you got Jet, Reyna, Phoenix, the duelist archetype. Those are associated.
You know why I always choose the duelist?
How come?
Because I'm always solo queuing. That's why.
Yeah, and like a lot of your teammates, I'm sure they just kind of defer to the duelist, because to my knowledge, Jet and Reyna, they can do pretty well just independently by themselves. They just play by themselves. You know, Reyna's got a stun, a life steal. Those are completely independent. I don't think. I mean, maybe the what else does she have? What else can she do?
She has her Impress or whatever, where she can have
she has
her rate of fire increases.
Yeah, which is
Well,
a solo ult, as in she only benefits from that. I think,
exactly.
yeah, that's why so many people turn to those types of agents. Yeah, and Jet with her knives, sure, she can smoke, yeah, that's a good utility, but I think most people are there for the dash. The dash is a completely solo-oriented ability. And she can jump too, solo-oriented ability. I'm thinking she's got the stun thing, the leer, the lifesteal, Empress ult. What's the... I'm forgetting one. I'm forgetting here. Oh yeah, she can turn intangible for a second. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she can turn intangible. Also a solo-oriented ability. Yeah, nothing much for Intel. Nothing much for Intel, from what I understand. Is there any audio cue?
Sova is one of the like main characters, I guess, or agents that you can basically get a surrounding of or get an idea of where enemies are. And
Exactly.
what was it? Cypher too, yeah. With his cameras and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, honestly, you're kind of also right about like team-based. It's definitely a team-based game too now that I think more into it.
Because you have to divide those abilities amongst your team, or else you will lose. I was gonna get to something. Oh yeah. Yeah. Does Reyna have an audio cue when she flashes someone? When she flashes someone with her orb?
Yeah. There's always a specific like noise that she makes.
Oh, as in, is there a different audio line when she stuns someone and no one's there versus when she stuns someone and someone is there? Does she say anything different?
Honestly, I've never paid attention. Because
that's the type of stuff that kind of, you know, is Reyna even built to support the team? Really? Even if you're playing with complete strangers, is that even built to? Because I understand why Instalock Reynas exist, because it's a completely solo. She's such an independent agent that, you know, solo queuers think.
She doesn't need to like depend on other teammates.
And on top of that, because it's, you know, you're a solo-oriented agent in a team-based game, you got people trying to be alpha, trying to construct their own strategies, being oblivious to the team, and that's why, you know, solo queuing is so difficult. What are some other solo-oriented agents? As in completely independent, doesn't really need help from the team at all, or help the team at all. Chamber, yeah. Chamber's got the teleport. The alarm bot can do some help for the team.
Yeah. Other than that, I think he's still one of those agents that you can.
Yeah. I absolutely see solo insta-lock Chambers because of the sheriff. I'm just gonna call it the sheriff
and the sniper
and the operator.
The operator.
I definitely see some insta-lock Chambers. What else? Phoenix. Phoenix has a wall and a flash. Pretty useful for the team. Although I think his ult is definitely solo oriented. Although maybe with some team comps, you could get some intel with the second life. I think it's all right. Putting him in the duelist role just seems a little strange for me. I don't know exactly what that entails. I think Sky is undefeated with flashes because I think one of the primary reasons why I use Sky is that she says something different when she flashes someone. You know how she uses the eagle, and then if it doesn't stun anyone, it's just bloop. But then when you flash someone with the eagle, there's an audible bird noise, and then she says blinded, and then it gives intel for the team, and you get 2 of those. So that's 2 opportunities to get intel. And then the dog too. Dog is also a very useful tool. Can be used for intel, sometimes as an offensive tool. And then you have a heal, which I mean you can't heal yourself, so you're kind of forced to heal your teammates, really. So
your teammates, yeah.
So as a big team player, I like to defer to Sky the most when I play games. I just want to help the team. I hate being alpha when I play that game, because then I feel like there's just really nothing there.
Yeah, but most of the time you don't solo queue. That's why you don't like
Yeah.
pick other operators too, because you're always playing with like people that you know, or at least one person that you know you want.
Yeah. Also, a lot of miscommunication. Some people just don't want to talk for some odd reason in the game. You know, Valorant is just ultimately set up for you to play with your teammates. That's what
Exactly.
with your when it comes to utility. You know, you have the option to buy other players. You have the option to buy other players. You don't have all the I keep emphasizing utility, but that's such a big part of Valorant that, you know, I understand the solo queue frustration here. And I'm seeing my Steam notification. You just opened up CS. It says you're playing CS, but
no, my gain.
Yeah, your gain is all the way up now. But you know, it's just some people just don't want to talk in the game for some odd reason. Maybe their mic is broken or something. But yeah. So all in all, Valorant needs a casual playlist. That's all it might need, really. It needs a casual playlist. Because you're playing these high-stakes games that go on for 30, 40 minutes. You're like, oh, I hope we win, I hope we win. So I'm just going to develop my own strategy instead. And like, no, you're supposed to play with your team, man. It almost always doesn't work out like that. Maybe in the rare instance where your teammates are good enough to play competently without the need for team callouts or utility or whatever. But that's rare. I want to say that's rare. But who knows? Anything can happen in that game. It's just so...
Honestly, yeah.
It's just that game in its entirety is a phenomenon to me. It's just... you know what? I have to do a time check. We just did an hour, 6 minutes. You want to keep going?
Dude, I am so out of it right now.
Yeah, if you're tired, I completely understand it if you're tired.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
But yeah, we have a lot of things to say about Valorant, and you know...
Honestly, we can do a part 2. If you want, not tomorrow though, or Saturday, because we have a huge snowstorm.
Yeah, big snowstorm.
So I think we're gonna have a power outage because I think it's at minimum a foot. I think.
Right.
But other than that, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. We'll continue some other time when we have free time.
Anything you want to plug in the stream that you want people to check out?
Yeah, check out my Twitch, I guess, but I haven't been streaming a lot because of school. So I guess nothing else really. I don't have social media or anything like that to plug in. Well, I don't even use Instagram anymore, so whatever.
What's your Instagram handle?
That's it.
Because usually I like to post on Instagram the podcast guests from the other day. Do you have a handle at least? Even if you don't use it, do you just have one?
Honestly, I can't even log into it too, so
let me just double check.
It's kind of pointless, to be honest. I mean, I kind of forgot what it was, to be honest, too. You know how long I've been out of Instagram?
A year?
Since summer.
Oh.
Summer.
So about
summer of last year.
6 months.
6 months.
6 or 7 months about.
Going 7 months.
Let me just, before we get off, I'm just really eager to find your handle, just so I can identify you when I archive this. Hold on, just checking. If you want any hot takes, just say them now. Yeah, just say them now. Oh shoot.
Oh.
I guess not. I can't find it. Whatever. I'll just put your name down. But if that's it, is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. YouTube. That's the end. Discord. Inquiries. Discord. That's Dr. Tulung number 5630. That's capital D, lowercase r, period, space, capital T, lowercase ULUNG. Hashtag 5630. I get a lot of requests sometimes when people want to contact me. Discord is the most used application I use for messages. If you want a very high success rate from me, please use Discord. But until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
I'm always out of it, dude, with these